Hello, this is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. I am going to pull this carriage forward and just check and make sure how it is lining up with that blade. So I don't have anything tied down on my rails yet or anything. It's just sitting on there just by the weight. But I got to get things making sure that they're lining up with that saw. So this is kind of turning out how I thought it was going to turn out. When I made these pieces down here, the frame of the tracks, I didn't have much to go on, just a few really old wore out boards, and one of the boards had this piece and it was countersunk into the track frame, and I questioned it, not knowing exactly where things were supposed to line up on that, and the way it looks to me, I shouldn't have countersunk it. Got the sunshine in here, I'm not sure. So my carriage has got to be farther away from the saw blade. So I need to make some changes here. Won't be too hard to do. So I got a spacer in there now. I think this is going to be just perfect. You can see that the carriage is set off there. I'm not sure how far that ought to be from the blade. If anybody has got input on that, let me know. It's unexplained to me why that old board had this cut out like that because it obviously shouldn't be there. And so I've still got room here with this track before I tie it down to make any adjustments there. So I have got a 1/2 inch clearance between that and the saw blade. And I've got the same 1/2 inch. When this was on the leading edge of the saw, it was a 1/2 inch, and this was a 1/2 inch. And from what I read, this one is supposed to be from 1/32 to 3/32 farther away on this side, so that the blade just real slightly toes into the wood, so that the back end of this doesn't slap on your cant. Boy, 1/32 is pretty hard to measure. I think the only way that I'll be able to achieve that is to get everything perfect here and cut a board and then measure it off the board. I think it's probably the only way to get that perfect, unless somebody else has a better idea there. And then at that point, once I have a board cut, I can make that adjustment here on my bearings. Well, just to wrap this up, I made some forward progress today. I got this saw guide mounted. It's looking pretty good. The carriage, like I said earlier, is a 1/2 inch off the saw. Whether that's appropriate or not, I'm not sure at this point. And then this track right now is running pretty much right in the middle of that board, so it'll be easy to tie it down. I'm going to pull everything apart here. Once I confirm the fact that that spacing is correct, I intend on pulling this carriage off again, and you can see that I've got that marked where that is. And so I'll pull the carriage off and get everything battened down, tied down. So anyway, it's nice to see a little further progress. It's been a while since I've gotten very much done on this, and hopefully I can get a little bit more done. We're approaching haying season right now, but I'm waiting on some parts. I got to put together my swather trailer, and I got to get some work done on that new swather. So waiting on parts right now, so hopefully I can get a little bit more done on this mill while I'm waiting on the parts. Anyway, thanks for watching.